formation of a nice color change here. We went from a white powder and a clearish, goldenish liquid to the production of a black color. What's that indicate to you? All right, filled our test tube half full with water. Now we're going to add some purple Kool-Aid to it. Big scoop of it here. Invert it some here. And what happened is that powder has all, if we can see in here, has all disappeared. Okay? But we did see the water turn purple, but was that the production of a color or was that just to the Kool-Aid? Now on the directions it says think what would happen if we left this open like this for, let's say, 4 or 5 days and all the water evaporate. What do you think would be left in the test tube? Think about that. In station number 7 here, we are taking an Alka-Seltzer tablet. This might be something you take if you have a cold or not feeling too well. And take a half one of those, and we're going to take a pestle here and see if we can break it up. Okay, so I was able to crush that into just a powder. If we compare this to what it looked like at the beginning, a big chunk. All right, now we're going to take this on to station number 9. All right, here's our next station, number 9. We took our Alka-Seltzer that we crushed up last station, and I used a graduated cylinder here to measure out 25 milliliters of water. I'm going to pour it into my beaker. And then we're going to pour in the Alka-Seltzer to the water and see what happens. Lot of bubbles forming. What actually makes bubbles? How come we get the bubbles? What's being formed there? Still have some bubbles coming off the bottom there. All right, here we are at the last station. What we're going to do is fill this test tube with 2 pipettes full of milk really quick. Put the stopper on, and we'll see if this shows up, hopefully. It just looks like normal milk, probably what you all see. Now, for the second part, what we're going to do is add into it some vinegar. 1, 2. I'm gonna use my thumb on this one. You should use a stopper, but I don't know if it's coming up clear, but we just all of a sudden got all these chunks in milk. Like if you saw that in your milk, you would not want to drink it. See if I can zoom in on it here. So we got all these chunks being formed in our milk. If you ever heard the nursery time rhyme, Little Miss Muffet's then are tough at eating her curds and wades. Well, there's curds and wades. This is station number 2, sample 1. Our first sample is a piece of quartz. See the formula written there. Sample number 2 is a piece of granite. So remember, you're deciding, is each one of these samples a pure substance or is it a mixture? Okay. And then after you've determined that, if it's a pure substance, is it an element or a compound? If it's a mixture, is it heterogeneous or homogeneous? Check your notes on those. All right, station number 4 has a throwback to some 80s, at least with this one. This is called Orbitz. This was a drink from the mid 80s. And as you can see, if I shake it up, we have these little red balls moving in there. I can never bring myself to drink it. It was kind of gross. And here's a hint. Right there is a ingredient label. And then next to it, which you can still find out there, is some vitamin water. And upside down for you. Nothing floating in this one. Vitamin water was number 4, and Orbitz was number 3. So determine what they're classified as. Station number 6, our first one, number 5 there, is a jar, and Erlenmeyer flask technically, that has, you can see on here, carbon dioxide, CO2, so it has pure carbon dioxide in there. Sample number 6 is a sample of Kool-Aid. Okay, I think this is black cherry Kool-Aid to be precise. I'll give you a look at what it looks like in there. So make sure you're able to classify number 5, carbon dioxide, and number 6 as Kool-Aid. Station number 8, once again, we have an Erlenmeyer flask. This time it is number 7, is just filled up with air that we're breathing in. So what makes up air? Think about that. And then number 8 is a nickel, okay? Not a money nickel, but a strip of nickel metal, okay? What do we know about nickel? Is it on the periodic table? Is it not? Think about that. All right, here we are at station number 8, I believe. No, 10, excuse me. Sample number 9. This is sugar. Sucrose has a chemical formula that's C6H12C6 on it. And it's just pure, it's just table sugar here. Nothing else in there. And then sample number 10 here says NaCl, which is sodium chloride, in water. So we have some sodium chloride here in with water. So go ahead and classify those. Okay, we are at station 12, sample number 11. I have in here, oops, something in there, carbon. I have some rods of carbon in here. One of the many forms it can take on. And then sample number 12 here, we have a selection of, looks like plastic beads of different colors. All right, go ahead and classify these.